Hey, welcome to Morningstar News. Just gonna hit you up with another update on social media censorship. So let's get into it. So the Parler CEO has said that Parler is going to be offline longer than expected, and it's no surprise here. So Google knocked them off the Play Store, Apple took them off the App Store, Amazon shut down their servers. And now it's being reported, there was an interview with the Parler CEO about other vendors, backing out and not even giving them a chance. So, they need servers to host all this social media data and stuff like that. And, vendors are not willing to give them a chance. So they're having a hard time finding a way to get back up and online. Parler is going to be down for a bit, and who knows if they're going to be, the next, if they're going to be the platform that rises up out of this. It might just spur some offshoots or something like that. It all depends on how fast they can, turn this around, but we'll see. So also in this article, you can see the link in the description. It says Amazon Web Services notified Parler of 98 messages that, were problematic, basically. And I think that's kind of interesting because, platforms like Facebook and Twitter, there's a whole bunch of stuff, people saying stuff on there. But yeah, it's just interesting that it makes sense that they're laser targeting this particular platform. It was tied directly to the riots, the insurrection on the Capitol. That makes sense. And it makes sense that, they're shutting it down. This is bigger than Parler, I guess is what we're trying to say here. So, we'll see what comes out of this. Whether Parler can turn it around or whether other apps and stuff like that spring up in its place. Just one final article here about Mozilla. They create Firefox and various other things. They're saying that people need to go beyond deplatforming people. And the idea makes sense that these companies need to be more transparent about how they're feeding this information to people, how people can communicate, I believe. But basically the recommendations and people sharing this information and stuff like that, I can definitely get behind that. Like I think Twitter was actually doing a pretty good job censoring Trump honestly, putting the little tag under his messages that this information might be inaccurate and stuff. Of course, it led to just, straight up banning him from Twitter. But I think putting those messages on there was good. And then, Facebook, I'm not on Facebook a lot, but I feel like they need to be doing more. And it might be the issue with Parler too. Maybe they're not, it's not as big as Twitter, so there's not as many people on there. So it's not getting enough, a lot of attention. And so, you get into the space where there's not a lot of people on it, so it's not moderated as heavily. It's not making headlines and stuff like that. So you have to be a big platform in order to get the attention. So the smaller platforms, they can get away with a lot more stuff. And so, I think better transparency, and I guess it's worth mentioning YouTube too. No one knows how the recommendation algorithm works and stuff like that. So I think better transparency on that type of thing to make sure that, people aren't getting fed misinformation and stuff like that would be a good thing. All right, and that's all we've got for you today. Just a quick one. I know that CES is starting this evening, so we'll probably have some tech news coming over the next week, and so that's kind of exciting. And then really want to talk about Drag Race season 13. Episode 2 was a lot more fun than the first episode, so maybe we'll we'll put something out for that. Might not be in the morning news, might do a special or something like that. But that's something to look forward to. As well as Friday, WandaVision. Yeah, we're going to try and keep up to date with that as well. Maybe do a review or just our thoughts, or I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do that, but that's something to look forward to as well. So yeah, there we go. Take care.